Xavier Edwards began his professional career as San Diego Padres property, but he was involved in a big trade almost a year ago to the date when he landed in Tampa Bay. He is considered a big-time prospect, switch-hitting, shortstop, profiles as a leadoff hitter, big minor league numbers, and it's a pleasure to have Xavier Edwards on with us on the Friday Stove. Mr. Edwards, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
We're doing great. You're doing great too. Harold was commenting when we were watching some of your minor league highlights that you're a bigger kid than you were when you were here in the building and when you were drafted by the Padres a few years back.
Yeah, Harold wasn't lying about that. I've put on probably 10 to 15 pounds of muscle and on my frame since the draft back in 2018.
2018. That's incredible. You know, we're looking at it a little bit right now. Switch hitter, both sides of the plate. How long have you been switch hitting, X?
Forever. About 6 years old is when I first started it. Got started early.
So let's go back a little bit. Number one pick by the Padres, and then you get traded to Tampa in the Tommy Pham deal. What was that like, being a number one pick, getting traded? Because most number ones think, I'm going to get to the big leagues with the club that drafted me. Next thing you know, you find yourself being traded like a year after the draft. What was that like for you?
It was a shock at first, I would say. I wasn't expecting it, just like you said. When I got drafted by the Padres, you know, my first instinct is I'm going to make it the major leagues as a Padre. And, you know, that wasn't the case after a year and a half being with the organization. But I loved my time there. And I was shocked to see at first when I got traded, but yeah, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm excited to play with the Tampa Bay Rays organization. You know, they've been good to me so far, and I'm just excited to play another game with them.
So now Florida boy goes home. And tell us some of what you're doing and why we're having you on this morning. Discuss what you're doing at home to continue advancing the game of baseball.
Well, I'm working at all facets of my game. You know, I'm trying to hone in on my defense to solidify myself as at either second or short. I'm continuing to work at my speed so that I keep that 70, 80 grade speed up, even higher to get more bags. I'm working on my offense.
That fast? Man, 70, 80 grade.
Woo! What are you dragging behind you here, X?
That's a sled with some weights in it, run up the hill, and some resistance bands with my friend Matthew Corlew. We're putting in that work in the off season.
Is Matthew your trainer or your pitch man?
No, not either. He's one of my friends. He played in high school with me at North Broward.
Okay.
He plays outfield at Chipola College.
Oh, right on. Dude, what do we got? This is Cespedes type stuff, man. What do we got going on here with the tire?
Yeah, it's the heavy bat tire. That's the old remedy right there. We've been doing that for years now. Back at Trinity Christian, you know, heavy bat with the 2 weights on it and the tire just getting you right.
So your dad, Javon, played pro ball as well. There he is flipping balls too. Man, you're not taking the light off his ear.
Got the weight vest on. I like that.
Yeah, we've been doing that for a long time. He knows I'm not going to hit him, and I'm not even worried about it.
How much do those heavy balls weigh that he's flipping?
They're close to a pound.
Wow, this is great stuff, man.
Yeah, this is really cool.
I mean, this is next level type stuff. Now, it's also exceptional that, and I know it's easy to talk about yourself in one capacity, your training work, but I also know you're a humble guy, and it's really exceptional when somebody who hasn't even began his major league career yet is already giving back with kids as you're doing, teaching, coaching, clinics. Tell us about some of that work.
Well, that's probably the work that I'm most proud of, honestly, more than anything I've done on a baseball field. The ability that I have to give back to the community is something that just makes me the happiest, honestly. Just seeing those kids, you know, you see those kids lined up in the picture and they're talking to my agent, Reggie Jefferson, one of my old coaches, Miguel Cuello, and some of my former teammates growing up with the Mendez brothers. Just seeing those kids, the smile that they have to come and, you know, shake your hand and see it brings you back like no other feeling, you know, just being able to instruct these kids at such a young age, because I know that when I was growing up, that's what I wanted to be a part of. You know, I loved baseball and I wanted to be around it all the time, and especially with this year being so uncertain, you know, just being able to give back and have some form of normalcy and, you know, see these kids' faces light up when they see all of us, you know, giving them instruction and having fun with them. And they realize, you know, it's a game to all of us, just like it is to them, and they're having fun. You know, we're having fun instructing them and helping them out. So the biggest goal is just giving back.
This takes place when? December 28th, I believe, something like that, coming up?
28th and 29th at North Broward Prep School.
Wait a minute. I think we stumbled on something that piqued my curiosity there. Your agent is Reggie Jefferson, the former Red Sox, the guy who used to switch hit?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did he give up switch hitting at some point, like JT Snow?
Yeah, left-handed I think he went straight left for a little while.
Oh, okay. Well, don't let him talk you into giving up switch hitting.
He
Don't
won't.
listen to your agent.
He can hit.
I don't know. Yeah, that's absolutely true. He could definitely hit. So, no, he's got the right stuff going.
Yeah, let me ask you this. So you go to Tampa, and that farm system's like number 1 or number 2 in baseball. Then in San Diego, you go from one to the other. You're always at the top of the heap, it seems like. But Wander Franco is like one of the top prospects in the whole game. Do you look at the fact that he plays short as well as you, and he's maybe a step, a league above you? Do you look at that at all, or no?
No, not really. I actually had the chance to play with him last year in the Midwest League All-Star Game. And, I got to know him a little bit other than just playing with him, being on the other side of the diamond of him. But, no, I just, it's just competition. It's great to be out there with, players that are of the same skill level. And it's great to just see where you stack up, against the higher-end players. So it's a chip on my shoulder, and I just keep playing hard.
So what's the difference between the two organizations, San Diego and Tampa, with their development?
I would say in San Diego, at least, or so far for me, since I haven't been there for that long, but San Diego, we worked really, really hard, and we did a lot of extra work, a lot of drill stuff. Like spring training is where I kind of saw the first difference. Spring training, we were there like really early in the morning. We were there pretty late, well before spring training. And the Rays, since it's like in Florida and it's hot, humid, your body breaks down a little different than it does in Arizona. So I think we kind of have a little bit more downtime with the Rays and just time to manage our body because they want us to be ready for a full season ahead. So I think in that aspect, from the conditions, we kind of have to manage our workload a little differently. But I think both organizations take their, job just as seriously in developing players.
Hey, X, thanks for being with us today. Good work by you with the kids and the community. Great stuff. We wish you continued success in your career, and we'll talk to you. Make us one of your kind of preferred destinations in the offseason, like after you've been to like 6 or 7 All-Star games as a big leaguer. Don't forget about us little dogs here on the stove in the winter.
Absolutely not. I'd love to be back.
Xavier Edwards joining us on a Friday. Thanks again. Happy holidays to you and your family.